Hello, so what we've got today is we've got this top handle, this top handle, and that's about it I think. So we've got, not only, I've also broken the back bit to this, so I've got a new cover and I need to get a new one of these. So it's a twisty bit, and for some reason when you keep ordering these from the same place, the same make, for some reason they've changed how this clips on, so I need to somehow find a new one, but we won't go over that today. All we're going to go over is let's put a new handle on the 201. This is a 201 TC. I'll show you the damage and I'll show you how to replace it. Okay, alright, so I did record this already, but I didn't press record, so chain comes off, obviously, bar comes off. Now you want to buy a complete new set and not just the replacement of these, because this has got to send a signal to the carburetor, and if that's not right, then it's just not going to run, it's going to shut off, and then you've wasted money. You might as well buy a whole new set. You get new springs, these get damaged really easily. It's just worth it. So obviously we're going to take this off. I need to buy a new one, which I explained in the beginning, but anyway. So first of all, you get filter comes off the side. You unscrew these. And this bit here, the whole thing should come off. I actually get this right. There you go. Cheers. Yeah, that's all. There's this part here. Just comes straight off. This is already, as I've already videoed this. This goes in here. So I can show you any better. This little tag goes in that compartment there. Then what we're going to do before we get into any more of this, move on to the front. So unscrew this, make sure the chain breaks off, get the case. We're going to need to take the whole clutch off, rotating it this way clockwise, and then we're going to take some more of this off, but for first, and let's remove all of this. So you've got to unscrew, so here, takes ages. There you go. Go in there, she's nice and loose, and same for these. Off, that one off, and this one off. I was one of these is they break so easily because they just can't bounce with the light. So this happens quite often. It's the first time I've done to this one. It's a new saw, which is really annoying, but it's one of those things. Well, they used to be made out of titanium, so although that was very heavy, they wouldn't break for the life of you, but that's what it is. So then you want to get this dust shield off here, this little one there. You want to keep these protected at all costs, really, because there's a dust protector there for a reason. These wires are very, very important. That's all we've got to do here now until we've got to take these off. So let's move on to here. Now let's get this off. It's just going to be quite difficult without a power tool, but I don't have one with me, so you just whack it back around. This will be difficult. Here we go. Luckily not causing any damage, but here we go. There's that. It's gone straight off. And then we've got the needle bearing. can go in there. Then we only take this half off. I'm going to try to show you this as much detail as possible because there's a fair amount that goes on. Now, clear this out. There you go. The small ones go into these plasticky bits here, and the larger ones tend to go more into the machine itself. Now, the second one, this should pop straight off. There again, needs a massive clean. That's alright. And that's mostly everything for this. You're going to want to pop that off again. Should fit straight back on. Let's give this a bit of a clean first. There we go. Now I'll take the anti-vibration one off. Off. Perfect. There we go. It's free. Now, still this. There we go. So I want to make sure that stays on properly, like that. So that comes out there. And you've got your fuel. So what happens when you take this one out is fuel can go everywhere, so you kind of want something you can shove in it, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Need this one here. No, we're alright. And then there's obviously this one down here. That's got to come out, but it should. Oops. There we go. It's come out of there. And then we've got this baby here. Comes off there. Yeah. You've got the carburetor. And the other thing you want to do is you want to make sure no dust or anything gets in there whilst you're doing this. And you want to take this off. And you're good to go. And to take this off, unscrew this one. That little anti-vibration there. I think that's anti-vibration. And that's pretty much it. You thread this through this hole, this through this hole, and it will come loose. And the rubber seal around there pops out from the back. It's casing, but you'll see when you take it apart. Okay, now we are on to this section here. This is the carburetor. You can go there. It's unscrew that bad boy there. This is where this always comes in handy. Perfect. The smallest star key I've got. Yeah, so that will come straight out like that. And then, once that's properly loose, wait there for a second. There we go. So we've got this baby's now completely free. Now, the tricky part. Well, this is meant to do this, so let's just get this rubber off here. And the best way to do this, to be fair, is don't try these. There you go. There you go. Just pull that through there. Got the old cracked and damaged handle. Now we're down to the Bear 201. So to replace this, first thing we're going to do is put this back into here. So if we feed that all through, pop out here. Ensuring that we do not damage any of these wires at all. Look at that rubber bit right back on there correctly. That will sit there nice. That is on. Now we need to get this like that around and onto just like that. Pushes on very nicely. Now, probably shouldn't have put this rubber bit on just yet, so let's take that off. And then, you're going to want to see is this part wrapped around that. This will ring right there, goes onto that screw right there. Let's see if we can get this. Let's get that attached straight away. So the yellow wire, the small one with the circle power ring, goes into there. You want these nicely wrapped around there, just like that. And the other way. See? So that means we can now, if we can find the right piece, screw this up. Now you've got to remember these metals are very weak, so we literally want to just tweak them on, nothing more. Nice, good. Find the resistance. Boom, that's fine. Now, the tricky bit. I'm going to get this dust cover. You see that gap? That gap there. You want to put the black one in and then the red one in. So let's try. First. So that will push that right into place. And again with these ones, ensuring that you don't go way too tight. Just run that. He says. That's it. Now we can actually put this on. That's why that goes in there. Put that in there. And there we go. Nicely done. This one. This one. And when we get to this bit, you get your finger right behind on the back, just push that through. A little bit funky at first. Once through, should sit there very nicely. So we've got to switch camera, as you can see, because the other one died. So what are you going to do? But what we're going to want to do here is keep this in place. Let's put this one on. So all I've done is made sure that's in the right place there, and that's clipped into that there. The only other thing I didn't mention was on here, which I taped up annoyingly. Here is this little bit black right there, and you're going to want to pop that off, because it doesn't come with full set annoyingly. And that then goes in there, but just pop it back. And there you go. And then carburetor goes on. Now it needs to go on this way, but we'll hold there. 1, 2. What I want to do is you get this hooks onto that right at the back there, and then this little hole goes onto that one there. See if we can get it on. It's come off, isn't it? Oh, no, it isn't. Then okay. That's on there. Awesome. And we can clip this back in. It's on properly. That's on properly. That's on properly. Moving that. That's moving that. It's doing exactly what we want. And back to what we were doing. Let's get these clean. Like so. Clips on nice. Then we've got these 2 screws, push right in, screw these up. That one. There, and to test if it's all on properly, this should just clip on nicely. Last, that goes on there, and we need to do this. So just quickly add that one in, which I forgot to do. Nice. Then, before you put this on any time, this needle bearing needs to be greased. Now I don't actually have it with me, so I will re-grease it, but it's already pretty greasy, so this should then slide straight on like that, and then you want to turn it until it clicks on properly, which it already has. Should be nice and flush. Cool, and then to get this on, goes up, screw this on. Should now. That. Then we can put the bar on, chain on. So the easiest bars and chains to put on. Should add a bit of twisting. That. On properly. Thank you everyone for watching. Apologies for camera dying multiple times and all that, but I hope the video was useful, and look forward to seeing you for the next one.